Welcome back to the Cooligans, and now it's time for one of my favorite segments, Rapido Reactions.
Vamos. Okay. So we have 90 seconds to react to the topics that producer Carter will be bringing up today. It's going to be the transfer edition. We're going to be reacting and grading some of these transfers of the last few weeks. So, Carter.
All right, so why don't we do this? Carter says a name. We'll go first. We'll go you say a grade, then I'll say a grade, and then the other one will flip. I'll say a grade, you say a grade.
Okay.
But just say the grade, and then we can have the conversation.
Okay, well, Alexis, all right, he's yelling at me, but all right. I feel like
say the grade.
I feel like I'm a Benfica player.
Also, this is the first time in my life I've wanted someone to say a grade. I've always been like, shh, don't say the grade.
So these are either transfers that are already official or have been reported as done deal.
Yeah, dude, okay, we don't need two sources, bro.
All right. Our first one here is Kyle Walker to AC Milan. What's your grade?
This is gonna. This
I literally
is a B.
said, say a grade.
I'm saying it. This is gonna be a B for me.
C minus.
This is. Who's it? Emerson Royal is the.
That's why it's not a D. So because you're replacing someone who should have never won a trophy to begin with.
Some improvement there, and I'm curious just to see how he fits in with this team. We haven't seen Kyle Walker playing for a different team since he was at Tottenham, so it's been such a long time.
That's crazy. They're getting another Tottenham player,
right?
Emerson Royal now. Jesus, haven't you learned your lesson? I think he's a little bit old. He's almost a little too old. He's a little bit past it. Maybe it's a different league, so maybe he switches it up. Maybe he's a little bit slower, so he can.
Yeah, he's not slow. It's Kyle Walker. Let's not
slower
be
than he used to be. He doesn't have the pace that he had before.
Yes, but again, relative to the incredibly fast pace that Kyle Walker did have, it's not absolutely terrible. I just think what's been happening now is what's been happening with Man City as a whole, where like defensively they're just not really sound. They're just poor decisions. I'm more concerned about players like him not reading the game as well as he used to.
Yeah.
And maybe since the game is a little bit slower in Italy, maybe he'll adapt just fine.
Here's the thing: in order to win, in order to beat Napoli, in order to beat Inter, you've got to do more than just go out and get basically a retired right back.
Sure. I mean, I guess Serie A retirement league. Let's go.
Shouldn't be.
All right. Next year is Khvicha Kvaratskhelia to PSG. What's your grade?
It's a C for me.
Oh, I was supposed to go first on this one.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Remember, we're swapping.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be instant.
I'm not saying anything else. The whole thing was to just say the list.
Silence is better than not giving the grade
B
immediately.
minus.
Okay. And your thoughts? Why?
What's your grade?
I said C.
Okay, we'll see how we did it the right way.
And not because this is not a knock on him. He's a fantastic player, but we just watched the Champions League game. We saw how effective Bradley Barcola was. This feels maybe like more we're talking about Kvaratskhelia, but it feels like this is more of a sign for Barcola to be like, if y'all not gonna give me the faith and the trust on this left side, then maybe I'll go somewhere else. So
here's my hope and why I gave it a B minus. Because I agree with you. I think this is a great move for. Remember, Kvaratskhelia is still young.
For him, for the money, also his pay, his wages are going to go up significantly.
He went from 50,000 a week to 200,000 a week. Baby.
You ain't say no to that, bro.
But here's the thing: maybe Barcola stays left. Maybe Kvaratskhelia could go right and replace Ousmane Dembele, or the opposite. Barcola can go to the right and replace Ousmane Dembele. It feels like Ousmane Dembele is on his way out.
Okay.
And then if that's the case, then this was an A+. But because if it's not, and we're not sure, that's why I gave it a B minus. Somewhere in the middle, but still a very good move for Kvara.
Yeah, it's interesting. Is Kvaratskhelia is sort of the Lola Banta of Napoli.
You have to explain that.
So if some people may not be aware, is a midfielder in NWSL for the Kansas City Current, who one of the better players, severely underpaid.
Yeah,
and so he deserves a pay raise, and PSG is where he's going to go get it. All right,
we're gonna go MLS here. Wilfried Zaha to Charlotte FC.
This is an A. Love this.
A+. I said this and people told me that I was crazy. Wilfried Zaha immediately becomes top 5 most marketable names in all of MLS.
There's
think about it, right? Messi, Suarez, And then who? Giroud?
I mean, Giroud's pretty. I mean, that's
Marketable.
I mean, it's debatable. It depends on where.
Yeah, but Wilfried Zaha has vibes, bro.
I'll say this: Wilfried Zaha is going to be more effective than Olivier Giroud in Major League Soccer,
And hence even more marketable.
This is such an exciting move, and I'm hoping we, usually. Look, he's coming from Turkey. He's on loan from where's he? Fenerbahce, or where's he coming from? Galatasaray. And players, they'll go from the European leagues and they go to Turkey, right? And why can't MLS be the Turkey? Do you know what I mean?
Let's be the Ham. You know what I mean? They already got the Turkey.
Where they're not too old, but they're like maybe not really fitting in with their clubs. And Turkey's like the castaways that they send where they're like, we don't know what to do with you right now.
Out there.
They do. I mean, but yeah, they get high profile names. I mean, the support and fandom there is incredible. Like players playing for Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. These are huge clubs in Turkey, and it's incredibly exciting. But MLS could also be that as well, and I think Zaha could be kind of is leaning towards pushing us into that conversation of like, hey, you don't have to go to Turkey, but you can just come to Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
I love it.
Without a doubt.
All right, sticking to MLS, Miguel Almiron back to Atlanta United.
Okay.
A+.
I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna go B.
You bugging. This is the godson coming back, bro.
I love the vibes of that because obviously the welcome is gonna be incredible. There's a little bit of disappointment in him not finding a place at Newcastle, especially on a team that's playing really, really well. And he's never. I've seen how Newcastle fans talk about him. Nobody's like, oh, we hate him. They couldn't do anything. He had moments where he was just
he
incredible.
won them over after the whole Grealish thing. He won them over. Remember, they're like, oh, you were so bad, you were Miguel, and then look at what happened. He blew up after that. He won the fans over, but he still got legs. Now's the right time to come back to MLS. Come, be a DP or a big TAM player, whatever it is. Get your money. Enjoy your life in Atlanta again, man.
No, it's gonna be great. They're gonna
You don't have to live in Newcastle no more, bro.
We got you out of there.
Yo, airlifted you out of that terrible weather.
It's like that
no seasoning, and you're going to a place that's all seasoning.
It's like that clip of I forgot his name. The dude that dances where the kitten is stuck inside the door, inside like a business.
No idea what you're
There's like
talking
a popular meme or whatever, and the kitten is stuck. The kitten is inside a closed business, and he's outside of it.
I'm gonna save you.
I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna get you out of there.
Yeah.
That's Miggy right there.
Yeah, we done got you back, Miggy. Welcome back.
All
right. Switching over to women's soccer, Naomi Girma on a record transfer fee for women to Chelsea.
This is an A. This is an A. I mean, this is the record transfer fee being 1.1 million.
The amount of zeros in this transfer is a beautiful thing to see for the women's game. Bro.
So it's not completely official, but all the reports, Meg Linehan of The Athletic mentioned that it's going to be 1.1 million, which would be the record fee for a transfer in women's football.
For those of you who don't know, this is Virgil van Dijk. This is William Saliba.
Yeah.
This is the best defender you've ever seen in your life.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where it's like, if we were standing next to Naomi Girma, nobody would be like, "Oh, this is the best. This is the best center back in the world."
Also, she smiles.
She smiles.
Yeah.
It's just, and she is just she's not the tallest or whatever,
right,
but she is just reads the game better than any defender in the world right now. But the one joke I really loved, and shout out to Andre Carlisle. He had made a joke. Somebody said, "What is San Diego gonna do with $1.1 million?" And he said, "They're gonna pay their court fees."
Oh, that's still happening, huh? We ain't forgot.
Which is a banger right there. I don't even know. I hit the air horn, but this time.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So no. To Chelsea, a team that don't really need any more world-class players.
Right.
But you would imagine this will be what probably helps
Arsenal,
them.
get your money up.
Yeah, win a Champions League, which Chelsea are still chasing for a little bit.
Sticking with women's soccer, Alanna Kennedy to City.
Alanna Kennedy, Australian center back. Great here. I'm gonna say A.
Yeah, I mean, if you need a center back, this is one of the best ones to go get.
Some people, you didn't say the grade. Are you also saying A as well?
Yeah.
Okay. She's leaving Manchester City to go Angel City. Angel City gave up 42 goals in NWSL last season, second in the league. And I've said this many times, and we've been out there and hung out with a lot of Angel City fans. This team should be better. They should not be giving up 42 goals. They sell out several games. They have a ton of support. They have obviously Kristen.
They got 55 owners.
55 owners.
All of them are celebrities. It's a walk of fame going in there.
So the fact that the team kind of just underwhelms so often is disappointing. Because it should be.
What wins championships?
What'd you say?
What wins championships?
Defense, bro.
So you got to shore up that defense.
We saw Alanna Kennedy for at the World Cup.
Yeah,
and she, again, a great defender, and I think we'll be able to help Angel City.
Also bring vibes, bro.
Without a doubt,
it's a great move,
and it's also it's a much shorter flight from from Australia to California.
There's no such thing as a short flight from to Australia.
All right, your last one, Kerolin to Man City.
I hate this. This is a D, bro. Because it's a good move, but I don't want to see Kerolin go to Europe.
Yeah, this is a C for me. Kind of for the similar reason that it sucks to see an MVP leave so quickly and to leave NWSL and go to WSL. But the North Carolina Courage. To bring in Jaden Shaw, great move. So you're not super worried as far as when it comes to attacking options. And then Kerolin at Man City will bring. I would imagine, Kerolin to me could be the next like Marta, right?
Yeah,
as far as really having the skill, the vibes, the technique to Marta offers something.
She could take over a game.
Yeah, something more than
Kerolin is a game changer.
And so not having her in NWSL is definitely a bummer. But it's a bigger conversation that we'll probably have in other episodes.
We need to, because it seems like Europe is starting to.
That's what I'm saying.
Trying to figure out. They'll come here if we pay them a lot of money. And there goes NWSL.
I also think there's a little bit of like people wanting to go play in Europe so that they can get better like ratings in EAFC, bro. Because the bias is crazy. NWSL gets no love.
Could be that.